Welcome to Ship Cover Lit, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Fort, and we are here for another poetry discussion. A poetry discussion which will take place, which will appear in two separate playlists here on the channel. Number one, obviously, the poetry discussion playlist, ever closer to 300 videos strong, 300 poems strong. And number two, the Charles Bukowski playlist, a playlist of strictly Bukowski, approaching 100 poems long, 100 videos large. Today's video is called, or the poem is called 40,000, and it reads as such. At the track today, Father's Day, each paid admission was entitled to a wallet, and each contained a little surprise. Most of the men seemed between 30 and 55, going to fat. Many of them in walking shorts. They had gone stale in life, flattened out. In fact, damn it, they weren't even worth writing about. Why am I doing this? These don't even deserve a deathbed. These little walking whales, only there's so many of them in the urinals, in the food lines. They have managed to survive in a most limited sense. But when you see so many of them like that, there are not there, breathing, farting, commenting, waiting for a thunder that will not arrive, waiting for the charging white horse of glory, waiting for the lovely female that is not there, waiting to win, waiting for the great dream to engulf them, but they do nothing. They clomp their sandals, gnaw at hot dogs, dog style, gulping at the meat. They complain about losing, blame the jocks, drink green beer. The parking lot is jammed with their unpaid for cars. The jocks mount again for another race. The men press towards the betting windows, mesmerized, fathers and non-fathers. Monday is waiting for them. This is the last big lark. And the horses are totally beautiful. It is shocking how beautiful they are. At that time, at that place, their life shines through. Miracles happen even in hell. I decide to stay for one more race. You know, it's interesting. I'm not sure really the significance of the title, 40,000. 40 is a number that appears many times in the Bible during a test of the soul. 40 days and 40 nights. 40 years. 40, indicative for some reason of a test of the soul. Here we have Bukowski observing, perhaps, that so many people have sort of failed that test of the soul. Maybe not ultimately failed, maybe not destroyed themselves and their soul, but let it all pass them by. Fathers and non-fathers here at the racetrack, people who have let their life sort of wither. And that's sort of what's asked of us in life, isn't it? To become so much less than what it is we might be. To become lesser, to become less frequent, to become something that is not quite human, not quite personable. It's easy, isn't it? You know, you hunker down during a particularly difficult work week. You've just got to get through this week. So maybe no music, maybe you don't do your writing or your reading, whatever it is. TV is so much easier. TV is so much more simple. You turn the TV on, just get something quick to eat. You just got to get through this week, man. This week is tough. The hours or the turnaround in the schedule or the taking the kids to one more thing or the in that week turns into two. That week, you know, turns into 3 out of 4 weeks in the month, not the whole month. You had that good 20 to 27th of the month. Those were good days. That third week of the month when you knew, your bills were paid. You had money for rent coming up. You had a little bit of play in the budget. So maybe you went ahead and got a steak. Whatever it was, you splurged. You lived a little. And that month, 3 of the 4 weeks, not the whole month, 3 of the 4 weeks, turns into 6 out of 8 because, well, by God, the next month, the same things came up, and you got to get laundry done, and it's time to get an oil change, and that oil change doesn't happen on its own. You got to go after work. You got to make the time. All of a sudden, I mean, how many of these days, how many of these weeks have to pass before you've gained more weight than you wanted? Before you've missed every workout in a week? Before you've surpassed the number of calories that you should have had in a day by, I don't know, breakfast? And where is it? Where's that line? See, part of the problem with Bukowski is that there's no real segmentation to his poems. So you just gotta kind of remember what's in there. So you eat a little too much for a little too long. Where in the hell is it? He calls them whales. And I cannot see that line. I cannot find that line. So, it happens, right? You wake up, all of a sudden, too many there. Too many calories, too many meals, meals on the go, meals with calories but no nutrition. And your body knows that. Your body senses the lack of nutrition, and instead of being full, your body wants the nutrition. So it'll tell you, hey man, keep going. Your body doesn't know. Your body doesn't know that those calories, they didn't come from a successful hunt, came from McDonald's. Your body doesn't know that. So your body is perfectly fine saying, yeah, man, if you can get the empty stuff, get it. We'll keep it around. We don't know when that next successful hunt is going to happen. Except that it'll be tomorrow at the same McDonald's because they have those really good caramel frappes that you like, right? You know the ones. So there's a difference here between failing a test of the soul and not succeeding in it, right? Would you say people who've lived this life have failed or just not succeeded, man? And it's funny, isn't it? Because Bukowski, Chinaski, if we will, is in the same place as all these people. Chinaski is judging these people from inside the same building doing the same things. But it's not so much that they're there. It's that they're there in their walking shorts, and that they're there with their sandals flopping. That's what Bukowski's on about. Bukowski may be what would traditionally be called a loser, but he looks at these people in that way. These people who have lived the lives that have been cut out for them by the cookie cutter of society. How fair is that? How civilized should we be? And at what point does being civilized just mean doing what someone else tells you? That's all I have for this poetry discussion. If you enjoy or appreciate what I do here, hitting the like button really does help me out on the channel, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other literature lovers. And if you find yourself here by chance but not design, literature is the only thing that I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos a week. There is poetry every Monday, and I hope to have you back for the next one.